By the way, I'm not naked. I have a tip top. A brand ambassador for God. So my body is just like an amalgamation, a mosaic of melanin. Hey guys, welcome to I don't know why I really struggle to say this, but what I mean to say is I'm back. Happy New Year. The honest truth is that for me, I know it's so corny of me to say Happy New Year on the 1st of February, but for me, Januaries are usually a mess. The year usually ends with such a high. New Year's is usually popping, and then my birthday comes right after that. So I'm usually in party mode for about 2 weeks, and then by mid-January I'm just like, what am I doing with my life? I usually go through this whole like just paralysis where I'm like, so I learned over the years to just be gentle with myself in January, allow myself to feel, you know, the calm down after the high that is the new year. And then I usually set for myself like February is when the year begins, like boom. Luckily for me, the last few days of January have been productive, so I'm happy with that. But I did allow myself to just chill and not feel bad about myself like I usually do, and to just go with it, you know. So it's February 1st today, and I've been intending to shoot this video for a few days. Actually, I came back from my travels so amped and so I was gonna edit all the stuff that I shot, blah blah blah. It was gonna be up by like 2 days after I got back, and you know, the thing that happens to me in January happened, so I've had to allow myself to just take my time with it. So don't worry, all that will be on the YouTubes soon enough. But because I've also been trying to learn a different editing platform. I've been using iMovie with the others, and now I realize that there's some things I can't do, so I'm using Final Cut Pro now. So I'm learning, and it's a little bit confusing, but I'm getting the hang of it. So thank you for coming back here. I really appreciate all the people who viewed the videos that I put up last year. I only just started, I think, in October, so I really appreciate it. And this year I'm gonna put up a lot more content. In this video, I also want to speak about my goals and intentions for 2018, just so that I can declare them, because making the declarations also helps in sort of keeping yourself accountable. And yeah, so the high that was the beginning of the year had me just like, oh my god, 2018, I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm doing this, boom. And then there was a little funk. So now it's just like I'm a little bit more calm, I'm a little bit more chill, but I'm gonna do it in a get ready with me kind of way, because a lot of people have also been asking about my makeup routine, my daily makeup routine. So hopefully this will be brief. I might not talk about the makeup, but I will say what it is that I'm using, because I realized trying to film, to be honest, I filmed this video yesterday and it was a bit difficult. And I've heard Joanna and them saying how difficult it is to sort of talk and do your makeup at the same time, but I'm gonna try my best. So this is take 2 of this video. I want it to be a bit faster than it was yesterday, because yesterday the video ended up being like an hour long. Today I need it to be like 20 minutes long, so I'm gonna be really chop. I'll talk about the products where I can, but if anything, I'll put all the details in the description box below. Anyway, so let's get to it. Goal number 1, get closer to God. So last year was like a really, yes, I usually make a really stupid face when I'm doing this. This is MAC Prep and Prime, just to prepare and to prime my face, and it's really nice. It's very refreshing. So last year there was a moment mid last year when I was so happy. To break it down, I was seeing a new guy, and I was so happy, and I was just like, yo, this is God sent. Like, God sent this person into my life. And I remember just in that moment of being grateful for everything that was happening, I was like, yo, God, thanks. Thank you. Like, thanks. I feel you in my life right now. I feel it. And that was kind of like a turning point in my life, because my relationship with God started to get super intense and intimate, and like the conversations I was having with him, I was communicating and listening to him, and any questions that I had, he was answering. So I was like, okay, Guys, by the way, I'm not naked. I have a tube top. It really changed the game. And since then, it's just my relationship with God has been getting even closer and closer, and I'm seeing God work in my life in such amazing ways. So, one second. Can you see me? Yeah, okay. I think that'll do. As you can see, my house is still a mess, but I'm gonna get into that. So I was talking about my relationship with God and how last year it kind of just evolved. And right now I'm in a space where I'm just like, God is just coming through. And even in the times when I feel a little bit as though maybe things are not working out, it's cool because I'm like, okay, so God is like looking out for me. Maybe this is not the space I'm supposed to be in, or maybe this was not an opportunity for me, but I'm in a good space with God, and I really want to explore that this year. I really want to get to know Him better. I don't know, I never imagined I would be one of those people who like even like I'm having drinks with my friends and I'm like, yo, can I tell you what God did? And stuff like that. But I'm really happy to be in this space. I'm really happy to know God better and understand what my relationship with Him is and what I'm just in a really happy space with God, and I really want to explore that deeper. Yes. And that just means also embodying traits, you know, like I want to be more giving, more forgiving, more understanding, more compassionate. Everything He's doing for me, I kind of just want to be a reflection of that to the people around me, and even to strangers, whoever I meet, whoever I get to encounter. I just want to be a brand ambassador for God. Yes, that's what I want to do this year. The foundation of That's what we're gonna do today. My neighbors have just decided to start pounding. I'm using the MAC foundation NW46. One of the things I wanted to do with this video is do my makeup using products that you can find in Nairobi, in Kenya, that you can walk into a store. Like, you don't even have to order online. You can walk into a store and get them. So I'm using mainly MAC, Maybelline, Sleek, and Suzie Beauty. So this is, so I don't usually even go all the way till here with my foundation. As you can see, my face has different complexions. Like, it's not this color over here. So I'll show you what I usually do. Just do. I swear, my neighbors can't be pounding on the floor today. Like,
at this point, I went downstairs, asked my neighbors if they could maybe give me some time because I had to leave, but unfortunately they weren't able to, as they were urgently fixing a leak. So I just decided to do a voiceover. Here I was contouring with SB90 by Suzie Beauty. It's their darkest shade, and it's the one that corresponds with the outer edges of my face. So once I blend it in, it looks a lot more natural, and I don't look like I'm wearing a mask.
Okay, I think he's finished. I'm back. I am now highlighting, well, brightening under my eyes with Suzie Beauty. It's SB50. So this is the one that I got when I was looking for Suzie Beauty foundation for myself, but I feel like they gave me a lighter one. So I went and got this darker one as like a, I thought I would be able to mix them and find my shade, but then I've ended up just using one for highlighting and one for contouring. So that's my life. But you can get these at Suzie Beauty, and they're actually pretty dope. I think it's just that my undertone wasn't the right one, but yeah, it's good. Then I'm gonna set that with, this is a powder from Super Cosmetics. It's Constance Carroll. Constance Carroll is like a budget UK brand, which I really like. I've used it since my like uni days when budgets were low, and because I like the product, I just kept using it, so it's still something I use. To set my dark contour, I'm using Maybelline matte poreless powder. This I got from Yaya Center. They had a launch and they put this in my bag, but it turns out it's darker. I usually don't write things off. It's like, okay, fine, so if I can't use it for my regular complexion, I'll just use it for something else. So it really works to set my contour. You see? It's nice. So the center of my face matches my chest, and then the edges of my face match the edges of my body. So my body is just like different kinds of melanin, all sorts of an amalgamation, a mosaic of melanin shades, and I'm happy. I don't mind that, you know, there's parts of my body that are lighter than other parts of other places. I don't know what that meant, but so basically what I'm saying is that I've just come to accept that all my life, there's a picture I put up of when I was a kid. My feet, my hands were super dark, and then my body and my chest was super light. So it's just the way it is. Next, I'm doing a blush, but at the same time, I'm also going to talk about my next goals. I want to face my fears this year and like really face them. Last year, I'm happy I started sharing content on YouTube. The truth about YouTube is that I started my channel in 2009, put up my first videos in 2010, and then I kind of just posted one more in 2012 or two. And then I just started really getting into my head, and I was like, okay, I'll get to it when I'm ready. I'll do it when I'm ready. So all these years I've been filming content. To be honest, I have like some dope content from over the years, but I was just in my head too much, and I let my fears get the best of me. And so everything important that I wanted to do, because it was so significant, I was like, okay, not yet, I'm not ready yet. I'm gonna do it, but not yet. And unfortunately, what that ended up being was just procrastination on level 5 million. I really procrastinated, and it ended up not being the best thing I could have done for myself, because of, you know, fears feed into procrastination, which feed into perfectionism, because I'm like, let me just get really good at this and then I can do it. I'm not gonna do this until I'm really dope at it, because I don't want to put up shit stuff, or I don't want to put up mediocre stuff. I became super judgmental on myself and then on other people, saying, oh, I would never do that. Like, let me wait until I have a better camera. Let me wait until I can do this. So I robbed myself of the journey, you know, like the growth, because ideally what you should do is just start from where you are, and then whatever you put up, be better the next time, and then better. So last year, I kind of just said, you know what? Let me just start. Even if, you know, some of the things I was thinking last year was like, okay, fine, it's gonna look like I'm just joining the YouTube bandwagon because everyone is doing it. Then I was like, no, Patricia, you know what your truth is. You know that you had intended to do this from a long time ago, and it's your fears that got the best of you. But you know what? You have an opportunity to change that and not care what people think, not care what people say. Just live in your truth. You know what the truth is. And the truth is, the people around me as well, the people have surrounded me, are the most wonderful people on the planet. I love them so much. They're such amazing people. My family is dope. My friends are dope. So I was like, you know what, Patricia, just start. MAC. This is the highlighter. So I said, you know, screw the fears. And then last year, you know, there was a bit of drama, people talking crap. And that, in the weirdest way, kind of just gave me motivation to be like, actually, yeah, just do it. People are talking about you and you haven't even done anything. So you might as well just do stuff. Put out the stuff you want people to see. I'm a big advocate for African art, like African music, African film, African literature, Africa. And I really get upset when people, you know, they don't know what Nairobi looks like, or they're surprised when they see that we have roads and an airport, like, duh. So I want to be one of the people who just shares a little bit of what my experience of my Africa, my Kenya, my Nairobi is. And that's the reason why I do a lot of the things that I do. So yeah, I want, like, if somebody types in party scene in Nairobi, Kenya, I can be one of the people that come up. I'm so happy that all the vloggers right now are just showing that, yes, we're into makeup, yes, we're into traveling through our own beautiful country, yes, we like to party, yes, we have our struggles, yes, we're dealing with stuff. That's true, it's not a lie, but it's not the only story. When people come here and they're like, I was expecting to see starving children. I'm so disappointed. I wanted to help. But we can't be slaves to one single story. What I'm going to show is not wholly representative of what Kenya is like, but it's my experience of it. Joy has her experience of it. Sheila has her experience of it. Mandy has her experience of it. Anybody who comes here and shares Insta stories or Snapchat stories or whatever, that's their existence and their experience, and I think all of them just need to have a space. I love that people are now using lots of Kenyan music in their vlogs. That's dope, you know. Jason, his own experience of Nairobi and Kenya and traveling and essay, and I just love that there's more people, there's more of us who are documenting what our version of Africa is like, so that it's not CNN or Al Jazeera or BBC who are going to tell the world what their version of our Africa is like. Sorry to get so heated about this, but yeah, that was me talking about facing my fears. The main lesson from that is just to live in my truth. I have to find my purpose. Why am I doing this? And then once I realized that, because I was also like, I'm not gonna do an album until I'm ready, because what am I singing about? I'm not just gonna do an album for the sake of doing it. It was an excuse because I was just afraid that people would be like, oh, that's such a shit album, to be honest, if I can be really honest. But now it's just like, okay, so you're afraid, and not everyone might like what you do, but as long as you like what you do, if at least one person likes what I do, then cool. I'm just gonna strive to be better at it every day. I'm gonna try and learn as much as possible every day. That was a Maybelline Colossal Kajal for my hair. Now I'm using a Davis pencil for my brows. My brows, people ask about it. It's very simple. I don't know if I can talk and do my brows at the same time. Okay, the next thing is, so facing fears and beating procrastination. There were two separate points, but I think I'll just roll them into one, because now once I faced my fears, I was kind of able to stop procrastinating and just doing the stuff that I've been wanting to do and just going in. Now the next one after that, I would say, is to be consistent. So now that is the one thing that I need to focus on, like how to be consistent at this thing, how to set targets and goals and meet them. You know that feeling of like accomplishment when you do something, or when you set to achieve a goal and then you get it? I want to feed off of that now more. So one of the things I'm super disappointed in myself about is 100 Days of African Music. I never finished it, and the last post I made, I think, was like just over 2 years ago. Can you imagine? I'm so proud of Mandy, because we kind of started out, she started the 100 Days of Kenyan Throwdowns, and she made it to the end consistently every day. She's such a consistent person. Sharon as well, like she says, okay, I'm gonna do Vlogmas and I'm gonna post a video every day, and she'll do it till the end. Me, I'm just like, is it a magic power that people have of consistency? Because I don't got it. So this year I'm just gonna have to catch myself. I'm gonna have to call myself out. I'm gonna have people make me accountable for the things that I say I'm gonna do. Also, for 100 Days of African Music, I really want to bring it back. Please, in the comments below, let me know, should I just continue from where I left off, or should I start again? Because I really want to do it this year. I know a lot of people discovered some really great music and artists, and I even made a playlist here, and it was so much fun to do. Actually, it's just amakichwa ngumu. I don't know how to get help. I need help. I think help getting at least one person and then growing from there. Everything I'm there until I'll do it myself. Then on to the next one. I want to declutter and to redecorate. So I really need to declutter my house. I've been living here, this is my 10th year, so I've collected a lot of stuff over the years, and it's about time I kind of just clean it up. I'm using this to clean up my brows. I kind of just have a lot of stuff in this house that is not necessarily necessary. So I want to donate, I want to simplify. I have a lot of bold colors going on, and now I kind of just want to tone that down and stick to maybe 1 or 2 colors. I have a lot of colors in my house. I don't know if you've noticed. If I was taking on a tour, it's like kuna orange palette, there's red, there's brown, there's gray, there's yellow. It's a lot, so I kind of just want to go almost all white and then maybe one bright yellow wall to make it light and airy and sort of just switch things up, be a little bit more grown up. It's been 10 years. Also, hey Patricia, congratulations. 10 years in a sport is actually commendable. I'm very proud of myself for doing that. Me, I'm only moving when I'm either moving to a bigger place because I've maybe invested in property or something, or, you know, getting married and my husband and I decide that we need maybe a bigger place or just a change of scenery or something. But for now, I'm still happy in my spot. So yeah, I use this as my brow bone thingy, and it's Suzie Beauty SB50. What are we doing next? Eyeshadow. Eyeshadow, I'm using MAC. This is Mischief Minx. Yeah, next goal, expand myself more, and that just means being very open to learning new stuff, asking questions, having really intimate and no small talk. Like I'm one of those people who, if we meet and we spend some time together, things are gonna get deep really quick. But I don't mind that. I think it's cool. I think it's really interesting to get to know people, to make connections, and to have conversations that can sort of just expand you, you know, like if you're comfortable with what you know and you're not interested in learning more, that's not a good place to be. As my transition color, this one. I think you've noticed that I'm not like super precise with my makeup. I usually just go in and I'm like, boom, that's it. That's it for my eyeshadow. It looks nice, right? Right? Yay! I swear, everything you can walk into a store here. MAC, you can go to a MAC store. Sleek, you can go to Super Cosmetics or Nakumat. I hope they still have a stand. Maybelline, they have the store at Yaya Center on the first floor. There's a kiosk. Suzie Beauty, they have stands all over, like they're all over the country. Davis pencils are anywhere and everywhere, even on the streets. I think that's pretty much it. Excuse. So yes, expanding myself and just basically connecting with people on a deeper level, trying to connect with myself and understanding myself and people around me, humanity, being more understanding and open to new ideas that I am not necessarily prescribed to. That's one of my goals this year. I want to travel. Oh my gosh. Yes, this year I shall travel. Next, I'm gonna do a cat eye. It's something I do on a daily. Mina is a new product. They launched here last year in December. They have a store at Two Rivers and their products are super affordable and dope. This it's a felt liner. It's like a pen, like a marker pen. It has changed the game for me when it comes to cat eyes. So simple.
I usually just trace along my lash line, extend a little bit, call on the Holy Spirit to guide my fingers, and in less than 30 seconds, I'm good.
And I'm done. I don't even think that was a minute. I meant to blend in where my fingers went. Cat eye done. How dope was that? I want to travel. Any opportunity to travel this year, I'm saying yes to it. I want to travel more. So last year was really great. I got to go to Berlin, Germany to see my friend Edith, my best friend. She'd been working there for about a year, so I went to, what is the word? Just to see how she's living, how inspect her living conditions, her work conditions. I went to see if they're treating her well, you know, and she's happy. She's happy, and it was really great to be able to just go visit. It was my first time in Berlin, and there were a lot of Kenyans there. Two of my neighbors here where I live were also there at the time. Emo, he lives there. He's the director, creator, founder of Afro Shoes. And then Hawa also is my neighbor here. She's there working on a script. And then I got to meet some really dope Kenyans. Maureen, who's been living there for 10 years. Mugambi was there. We do BYSS together. He's a dope-ass artist, actor, poet, all of them things. I didn't get to see Mbithi because Mbithi was here, but it was just a really great chance to hang out and see people. I was there for 10 days and that was dope. Sorry, I realized I don't complete my sentences. Isn't that weird? That's so strange. So mascara, I swear by Maybelline. any Maybelline mascara. This one is the Colossal Go Extreme Volume. The thing about mascara is you don't just put one coat and then say, this mascara is not so good. You gotta give individual attention to each of your lashes. Treat them like individuals. Slather them with attention. Make them all feel special. Special. Look at you. Give them individual praise. You can even name them if you want. Wailimo, Flora. Oh, look at you, Flora. Leo me stand. Wow, well done. Today I give you an A. And trust me, they will reciprocate. So that is coat 1. For the lashes underneath, I use waterproof mascara because I laugh a lot, and when I laugh a lot, I get tears, I cry. So waterproof mascara for the lower lashes so that you don't look like a panda. Okay, I live very close to the CBD. There's a cop station, there's 3 watts, so there's lots of noise. I'm gonna figure out the sound situation, but for now, we're gonna make do. I want to work out more this year. Last year I wanted to lose weight, and I was just too lazy to work out. I started working out and I hated it. I don't like working out with a trainer because sometimes I just don't like being told what to do, even though it's good for me. I understand it, but I'm a stubborn kichwa ngumu. So I got sick and I stopped after like 3 weeks, and I never went back. So what I did was change up my diet, and it worked. I started at 69 kilos, and by the end of last year I was 60, so I lost 9 kilos. It was all through changing my diet. I wrote a whole post about it. I'll put the link down below so you can see how I did it. Now this year I just want to tone up because I want like muscular arms. Nataka nikae kama Michelle Obama or Angela Bassett, those are goals. Yeah, so I want to work out this year, but I'll work out from home. I'll start from there. Next thing I want to do is to delve deeper into meaningful relationships and have more heartfelt conversations, especially on here. One of the things I did last year was shoot a video in August for YouTube, and I got really open and emotional and honest, and of course the fears that I talked about, I ended up not putting it up, but at some point I will put up that video. I talked about what my fears over the years had been. I talked about what some of my fears are for the future. I talked about a lot of stuff. I showed one person, she watched it, she thought it was great. She was like, oh Patricia, just put this up, and I never did. So I'm gonna start a series. I'll introduce it when I start doing it, but that was August, y'all. Whew! Yeah. Mascara done. Don't worry if it's clumpy. What I usually do is get an old mascara wand that you've cleaned and use that now to brush off the clumpiness, because then now what that means, you just leave your lashes looking voluminous and not clumpy. It kind of cleans things up. And the way the mascara formulas work, especially if it's lengthening, can you see? Oh, you can't see it. It's okay. I'll zoom in later. But I don't have one of those fancy cameras that can just zoom in on you wherever you move. But girls, we'll level up eventually. So I really want to have more heartfelt conversations with you about anything and everything. I love that Sharon is focusing on mental health this year. That's a series that I'm really super excited about, because therapy is something I've been thinking about, but I'm still just like, and she shared with me like a contact, and I was still just like, she's like, did you call the therapist that I told you to call? And I was like, hell. So this year, yeah, for sure, definitely. We're almost at the end. Also, if you're curious about my earrings, these are Kipato unbranded. This is Nyarnam, a really wonderful girl called Nicole, Nudicoli on Instagram, and I thought this was so dope. I've been wearing this since July last year. How beautiful is that? Also, I'm sorry if I keep looking over there, but it's just right there. I'm like, yo, it's popping. Popping like popping tongue. Alright, so we're almost done. I'm gonna be late. I will just call Deno, my Boda guy. He'll come and save me. I have a meeting at 11:30. It's 11:14 right now. I'll finish by 11:20. I'll call Deno, 11:21. And 11:29, I will be at my meeting. I think I want a bold lip today. I usually line with this. This is a Davis eye. This is number 3. Just to give some definition to my lips. Final goal, actually, money. When it comes to money, one of the things I want to be able to do is give more. I had an epiphany at some point. It's nothing major, nothing mind-blowing, nothing revolutionary. God has granted me the opportunity and the privilege to be able to work in places and in spaces that I enjoy. And so I'm able to work really hard and have a good time while I'm at it. Yes, I'm able to pay my bills and live comfortably, but also it hit me about 2 years ago that I'm also supposed to be a conduit to be able to help people with what I can. It's like the blessings that are bestowed upon you are not for you to hold on to like this. It's for you to share. You're not supposed to be the end point of the blessings that come to you. You're supposed to be a conduit, a passageway. So if God brings me joy in my life, I want to spread joy. If God brings me happiness and love, I want to spread that as well. If He brings money, I'm not balling out of control, but anytime there's an opportunity for me to give, I want to give wholeheartedly. I want to give without feeling like I'm cutting off an arm, because I'm not. I'm whole. And anything that I have, I can share that, whether it's with family, whether it's with strangers on the internet who need help. And I made a vow. I made a vow in 2016. Anything that shows up on my timeline, anybody asking for help in a way, and if I'm able to help, to do it without thinking, without hesitation, and to do it wholeheartedly. The lipstick is from Sleek, which I got from Nakumat Prestige, and this is Maybelline, a lip gloss I'm gonna put on top. This I also got from the Yaya Center kiosk. They go so well together. Look at that, right? You know, the slow-mo blogger manenos. To top it off, Fix Plus again, to fix it onto the face. And this just helps it sit in place. I was talking about my money goals, so I want to give more this year, so I'm going to work extra hard. I'm listing down my money goals in the sense of, okay, I would like this amount in my account by the end of the year. I did that in 2016 and I achieved it. Then I kind of did that last year and I achieved it earlier than I thought that I would. And I'm so grateful for that. And now I want to manifest even bigger things, because I want to do something significant for others. Because I'm grateful that I can have the opportunity to do. Like, my legacy is not to just be here and live just a regular life. No. It has to be extraordinary, and extraordinary in the ways that I give, extraordinary in the ways that I support, extraordinary in the ways that I inspire, extraordinary in the way that I embody God's work within me. So I'm super grateful and privileged that up until now I've lived the life that I have. But now it's time to kick things up a notch and to be extraordinary and to be very deliberate about that, to be forgiving of myself and of others. I am not perfect. Oh goodness, I am not perfect. These days I'm praying to God, I'm like, why am I thinking with my ego and not with my heart? I'm learning to be forgiving. I'm doing it step by step. There's people that I need to have conversations with this year, and just to be forgiving and to forever live in gratitude for what I have, for the opportunities I've been given, and in moments where I feel broken, to remember that I have God on my side, and He has put people in my life that are trustworthy, loving, caring, giving, amazing, inspiring, motivating, extraordinary, and I am so grateful for that. So thank you for watching. I know it's still all over the place, but I'm gonna get into the hang of it. I really appreciate you spending your time here, and I can't wait to share so much more content with you this year, as well as do other things, you know. So thanks for this. I gotta go, and have a beautiful day, and I'll see you once I figure out what my schedule for sharing content here will be. Thanks guys. Bye.